Show you how I add the next skein of yarn and weave in the ends as I go. I'm going to be knitting the next row. I'm finished with the moss stitch, or some people call it seed stitch. So I'm going to, this is the remnants of my last skein. It's still my working yarn. I'm going to lay the new yarn over my finger with the tail hanging down there. So now what I do is I lay it up against the yarn and I knit above it. Then I take the new yarn, not the tail end, the ball end, flip it over, knit the next stitch. Flip that new ball end over, tuck it down, knit above it, flip it back over, I do this for anywhere from 8 to 12 stitches, depending on how loose the knit is. Knit, flip, knit, flip, knit, flip, knit. I've lost count, but that's okay. I'll do this one more. Now my new yarn becomes my working yarn. So I let go of the remnant of my old yarn, get my new yarn ready to go. See, it's in the right position now to be knit, right at the proper stitch. And I'm going to knit the stitch, take the remnants of my old yarn, flip it over, knit above it, flip it back, flip it over, it's behind the needles, tuck it down so that you're knitting above it. Now it gets a little tricky because it's getting short. Flip it back behind the needle, knit, flip it behind both needles, sort of tuck it down there, knit above it. And what you'll find is that you'll see afterward that it's all tucked in very nicely, and you can tighten it up later on if you want. Okay, so now if we look at the back, you'll see they're all tucked in nicely here. You can tighten them up a bit if you want. And as you keep knitting, you will not see them on the other side. Oh, I dropped a stitch. I'm going to have to pick up there.